What's going on, everybody? We're back! Yes, the Bring It After show is back right here on AfterBuzz TV, and we are doubling up tonight, so stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Get it, Tamra.
Make a girl go crazy.
Get it, Tamra. Bye.
Make a girl go crazy. I like big boys.
Yes.
Mississippi boys.
Get it, Tamra.
Mississippi boys. I like the pretty boys with the bow tie.
What's up, y'all?
Woo! What's going on, everybody? We're back. Yes. And of course, we had to play this song, Boys, because boys are on the team now. But before we get into our double episodes tonight, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on our after show. So in tonight's episode or after show, we're talking about how Marquell is here to stay, the boys want to dance too, and the captains abandoned ship. News and gossip, so much more. Oh my gosh. But first and foremost, welcome back. I'm here, Howard III, and I'm back with the lovely
Tamra Brown. What's up, guys?
We are back, guys. We missed you guys. How was the break, Tamra? How were your holidays?
Whew, mine were fantastic.
Oh, good.
They
good.
seem like they're long gone already.
Right?
It feels like it's only been a few months, actually. It feels like it's been forever since we've been in here talking about Bring It.
Yeah.
But when did season 5 start? Like in the beginning of 2018? We're going to talk to y'all about this, but we're kind of confused on the timeline right now.
Yes. I mean, let's talk about it. So you were saying 2018. I feel like low-key 2017,
Could be.
December.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
season 5.
I think you're right.
It has been going on forever because they gave it to us, I feel like December, gave it to us for a little bit, then just left us hanging, didn't say season finale or anything, then kind of brought it back, then let us go, and it's just been forever.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they're throwing this show around so much that the audience is getting a little confused as to where the dance season starts and where it finishes. It used to be Battle Royale was at the end of the season, but now that's just kind of whenever, and it's anybody's guess at this point. I feel like it might be hurting the audience a little bit, all this like jumping around.
It sure is, because like we were saying earlier, these girls are still seniors. I don't know what high school they going to.
So these exactly.
For you to be in 12th grade for 2 years, we need to talk about this. Like, how is Faith, Cameron's no longer captain, but they're like, oh, she's still a senior year. What?
So these episodes that we're watching now were just filmed about exactly a year ago. So because we know now that Cameron is at Southern University. She's a fabulous dancing doll at Southern University. And Michaela is a prancing Jay-Z at Jackson University. So both of them are still dancing while in college.
Exactly.
But they're
I feel like they're about to
long
be
gone.
sophomores in college,
Yeah,
and we're
they
still
are.
saying, still saying that these girls are in high school, which is just crazy to me. So let's get into our first episode.
Let's do it.
So we're covering both season 5, episode 14 and 15. It's still going on, this season. No Boys Allowed and A Dollhouse Abandoned. So the first one, No Boys Allowed. What were your overall thoughts? We got introduced to Marquell. We got introduced to a lot of other things.
Twins, Trey and
twins,
Quad.
yeah.
Yeah, I love all the boy dancers. They're all so fun to watch. Any opportunity to bring hip hop into the studio is always really fun.
Right.
Marquell seems like he knows what he's doing. I got a
Definitely.
little lesson because I am not all that strong in hip hop, and the reason is because when he, the movements are so intricate so quickly that I can't. That's why I can't do hip hop.
Right?
It's
just so
too.
boom,
It's
boom,
so fun.
boom.
Like
Yeah.
there was one particular clip where he's yelling at the girls because he's like, it's boom, 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 and y'all are just going boom, and that's exactly what I do in a hip hop class. I'm always just like, boom, instead of every single little you're supposed to do to get there.
Right.
It's hard.
Definitely. It's just too difficult. But yeah, let's talk about it. So Marquell is here to stay. He was from the Birmingham studio, Birmingham, Alabama. We saw him a little bit earlier on in the season. He was the tough one. He's the cursing one. You know, he lets the girls have it. And Mr. Tory is out. No clue on where he went to, if he opened up his own studio, if he's kind of just floating around, you know, hanging out with Kayla. We don't know.
Yeah, he's been posting some master classes at a studio in Alabama. So I don't know if that's his permanent spot or if he's just been using that studio to host workshops. But apparently for the time being, he's in Alabama.
I wonder if he's helping out with that Birmingham girls.
Could
Doubt
be.
it. I mean, maybe. But...
Maybe they switched spots.
Oh, that's a good one. I'd be interested in seeing that. So on this episode, the girls are going to do just the regular creative dance. We finally see Michaela and Christiana are both co-captains like we saw on the last episode or earlier on in the season. We see that Coach D is introducing that they will go against a new dance team called Dance Fierce. Elite from Chicago, Dance for Your Life, and Fire Dance University at this hip hop event. Marquell is over there, you know, giving the 1-2, wants the practice to go certain type of way. And in the middle of practice, he says to Coach D, let's bring in the boys. And Coach D says, she hesitated, but said, okay, fine. Do we like that she opened up the dollhouse to the boys? Like having male dancers? Because like we were saying earlier in the season, we do see a lot of more, you know, guys dancing and majorette dancing.
Because we've had in the past, she's had like guest, like boys come in for little feature parts, but I guess to have them officially part of the team, it's about time.
Right. All right. I was shocked. I said, I don't know, because, you know, you have tradition. The dolls have been around, like Coach D said, for 17 years. They never had guys actually on the team. They wanted to be fierce women, you know, young ladies. So I said, I don't know. I'm going to tread lightly, because I like to see the boys come in and just be featured, but I don't know if I want them exactly on the team. We'll see. But Marquell did have an audition, put up a flyer on his social media and said, bring all the boys, you know, let them dance, do freestyle. And about 4 or 5 of them ended up doing great, to the point where Coach D said, okay, come and join the team and be on our dance battle. They looked like they were really catching on, because it's probably difficult being freestyle and trying to catch on and learn choreography.
Yeah. Getting into if you've just been freestyling and getting into a classroom setting is probably difficult, but it's I'm glad they're up for it.
I'm happy for them. The boys look great. With the boys, so we found out there's twins, Trey and Quan, and at first I was like, are they identical? And then when they put them side by side, I said, oh, okay, yeah, they are. Like, they're twins. And then that also came along with the new DDP, which is the twin sister, Renisha.
Yeah.
We got introduced to her. I didn't think we would get a new DDP.
Yeah, it's still, now the DDPs to me are also confusing because, so Tina's still there, even though Kayla's long gone. Serena's still there, or Selena's still there, I mean, and, you know, we never see Star and Sky, and all of that hasn't changed. I mean, it's been like that for the last few seasons, but still, now, at this point, since we're getting so far away from Kayla, it's just getting, that part's getting confusing, too. I wonder if there's like a contractual reason that Tina's still involved in the show or something like that. But yeah, like we didn't see Jaylene's mom. She was there, but she wasn't really part of the storyline at all. So she's still there, and you know, that room is long gone. They're back standing on the sidewalk.
Room? Yeah.
So yeah, you never know with this show.
You really don't. And I'm like, isn't it? I thought it was cold. I mean, I can't tell. They're wearing jackets, so I'm like, I wonder if it's kind of winter or just the fall. I'm like, where's that room?
They said at one point, this is the start of the summer. They said it briefly, of the summer competition season. And they also said that the senior girls were 2 months from graduating. So I think we're watching like late March, April-ish is where these were taped of, last March, April is when these episodes were from, were shot, I think.
Okay. So I guess it's not, I don't want to be that cold. But still, like, give them the room back. Like, don't have these moms out here on the curve still when we have that room. Everybody looked great. In this episode, I still kind of feel like it was a little forced at some points, but all the moms pretty much stayed in line. This one, it didn't have too much. It was just mainly focusing on the boys and how they didn't want the boys and the girls giggling, and just how Markell was not letting anybody slide.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was just, if they weren't in line, that was it.
Yep.
Markell
runs a tight ship.
Right? So who do you think's worse, Markell or Coach D? Like, who is tougher?
I think Coach D for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
I know.
She at the end of every episode, she's got no voice from screaming. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Coach D. She's definitely, I guess she's the tough one. But I think Markell is very close. Very close. So then they get into finally competition season. After the boys struggle to learn the hip hop dance because they're not trained, dancers. The dolls can learn it in 3 days. The boys, it needs to take them a little bit more time. And they're exhausted because they've been practicing all night. And Coach D, you practice till midnight, from 6 to midnight. That's a long day. Even for, a teenager. You go to school all day. You practice at night.
Yeah.
But they get into competition, and it's the first competition of the dance season, and it's 90s theme. So everybody is dancing 90s theme. And first up is Fire Dance University, and they do a hair salon theme, which was really cute.
I love the costumes. So vibrant and just, you're into it immediately. I like these hip hop, any episode where we take a little break from majorette for just a second. Yeah, I'm here for it. They're really fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I liked it. I love the bright colors. I thought they were, nice and sync, and the big boy was out there getting it and dropping. I said, okay, all right, I mean, they all had boys on their dance team, so I said, okay, it makes sense, but I don't know about permanently. We'll still talk about it. But, so they were getting, the energy was very high, like everybody was saying. They just had wonderful energy. And then up next was the Dance for Your Life. And I thought they were good.
I did not like their costumes.
You didn't
Their
it
dance?
was like the Chucky type of thing, or like a clown, or...
You're right. It was like Chucky. I kept thinking like Rainbow Bright. I did not like what they were wearing, but they're awesome dancers.
Awesome dancers, yeah. But I was like, because at first I said, is it Chucky? And then how does this tie into 90s? And it was bloody.
That's so funny. It was Chucky. I mean, I don't know if that intentionally was it, but now that you say that, they looked like dancing Chucky dolls. Ah, that's so creepy.
And I even put down, they're killing it. Yes, I put down, they were killing it.
That sounds like something like if one of the producers had thought of that when they would have had like Mimi saying that.
Because it was, and then they had that little boy who was over there.
Oh, he was so good.
So good. And even the moms were like, he can dance, I don't care. He was good.
I wish I could dance and stick my tongue out and not look stupid, but like they can do it. Like that kid was killing it. He was owning the floor.
Right? You got it, Tamra. That's you. That's you, killing it. So then it was Dance Force Elite. They came out in that ninja kind of outfit. And I was like, okay, they had the stunts and the karate. And it was unique.
It was unique. I felt like when we saw them in the studio, we got a better view of their skill. To see them out on the stage I don't think those costumes were doing them any favors to like see what they can bring dance wise. It felt like the costumes kind of masked that. Is what it felt like to me.
I can see that. Because it's like, and everybody's just so ninja, I can see that. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But, they still did good. I thought they were actually the team to beat, really. Because they were really good. The stunts were great. And then next up, it was our Girls, the Dolls. The whole team came out in numbers. You know, I said this in the past. Usually I don't like when everybody is on the floor. But
That's right. That's right.
this time it did work out in Diana's favor. And the 90s theme hip hop came out in the red little tops. And I guess like the hair was like in two-piece hair. And it was cute.
Hats. It was super cute. I loved it.
It was. The boys went out there and they killed it. The freestyle is their thing. Like the twins killed it. The other two guys, you know, it was a great dance. It was really good. So, and of course, they go into. Oh, can we also touch on Jay Fever? How he came out in his Compton wear. He's the host of the competition.
Yeah, I guess Marquell is from Compton, is what they said.
Oh,
right? So he's local to here.
They did say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, come by and see us next time you're visiting
Marquell.
your mom.
Come on through. You know the door's open for you. Come on through. So, then they went on to give out the trophies, and I guess the dolls didn't think they were going to win, but they ended up winning, coming in first place, and then Dance Force Elise came in second. And then they also found out and at the huddle that the boys will stay all season.
Yep. Oh, that's good. I'm in for it. Are you into
You know,
that?
I'm still in the middle. I need a few more episodes to see how the boys...
Okay, you're still testing them out. All right.
I still need to see how these boys are going to, you know, help the girls, the dolls.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what are they going to add to this?
Still taking the temperature. Okay, Howard.
But was there anything else that stood out in that episode for you?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Think we touched on the hip hop episode. Happy to see it. I like the boys. I like Marquell. It's looking good.
I'm interested. Interested
Yeah.
in seeing. Another thing I am interested is you guys out there. And we have just something new for you guys. A new little way to spice things up. So, Tamra, tell them about it.
Oh, well, from AfterBuzz TV, we want to thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk. If you're listening watching us on YouTube, please hit that like button. And if you're listening on iTunes, go ahead and give us a 5-star rating if you don't mind. And either way, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on YouTube, go ahead and add a comment so that you can join the conversation. We are happy to have you as part of our AfterBuzz family and continue to keep posted on all of the shows that we have on our channel, and stay tuned for a lot more.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate you. So let's move on to our second episode of Dollhouse Abandoned, episode 15. This episode had a lot more drama, so I was very happy about that. Very emotional. It was just one of those episodes where I was like, okay, unity, and it really tested the girls, tested Miss Diana too. So let's just get into it. I mean, the captain's pretty much abandoned ship. I mean, the boys are still trying to figure out their way through the whole dollhouse, and now Coach D wants to do a stand battle and include the boys. Usually with stand battles, it takes girls a long time to get on the team. It's mainly like 10 to 12 girls, very strong, but with the veterans, you know, getting ready to go out, Coach D wants to put the boys in and just kind of throw them in there, which I don't know if that was a good thing because these boys aren't used to competing, you know, like this in a major competition. They're dancing for fun. They're dancing on the street, and then here you go trying to teach them choreography and then throw them out on the floor. I don't know. I don't know about that one. But I mean,
Well, you sound like Selena, because she was saying how you used to have to pay dues before you got on Stan's team, and these boys just get to jump right in. But you know, Misty knows what she's doing, and these boys, if they didn't have the skills, she wouldn't. She's not afraid to, you know, take an opportunity away from somebody. So I'm sure that if they're ready, if she feels they're ready.
I don't know, Coach D. But you're right about Selena. Selena and the other moms were like, no, this is not right. You know, we have a tradition. And even the twins, Quan and Trey, their sister, Renisha, was like, you guys just sound like a bunch of old heads trying to just keep old tradition. I said, Renisha, she's up here giving a little spunk.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where it's going to go with Renisha, though.
Uh-huh.
She's going to bring something new to the table.
Yeah, I hope so.
But yeah, because she's the only one, thinking about it, she's the only one who's really like holding the boys down, like in their corner type of thing, because it's her brothers. So she's kind of speaking up for all the 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah. Hey, isn't this like the third? Remember those? Besides Star and Sky, there were those twins that had the uncle.
Andrea and Angel.
Yeah.
Andrea and,
yeah.
I think Angel. Yeah.
Yeah. They're still on the team. We just don't see them anymore. And their uncle isn't with the DDPs anymore. So it's just this revolving door with the DDPs.
It really is.
It's so strange how somebody just leaves out of nowhere, but then there's also the ones that have just been there forever for no reason. So it's hard to keep up.
It is very hard to keep up. And it's like they have their core, which is like Tina and Mimi and Selena, and then they kind of just throw everybody else in there.
I gotta say, it's just confusing to me that there are certain episodes where like the thing that they focus on story-wise seems so small to me, but then there's things like, okay, well, what happened to Angel and Angela's uncle? And they don't like focus on that at all.
Exactly.
They don't touch on it.
Like they don't give us any like update. At least...
where's Kayla? We don't know. We like they don't want to touch on certain things, but then it's like, I gotta say, this episode, I felt like the storyline was a little flimsy.
It was. It was. I mean, at least with Brittany, when she left, they were like, oh, she's getting married. She wants to move on. Christiana's mother is coming back into her life, or, stepping up. So they gave us a little bit. With the other moms, it was just like, no, you're gone.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so... they have to do the stand battle. They're going to be competing against Deja Vu, Purple Dancerettes, Divas of Destruction, and of course, one of our other favorite teams, Prancing Tigerettes.
Yep.
They're back in the system, and Quincy is just ready to keep just like talking that smack, keeping Diana on her toes.
I like Quincy. I can't hate him.
He's a good time.
He's just likable. He just is.
But he's keeping Diana on her toes. Talk about he gonna spank that butt whenever he can, So go ahead, let you dance and do the talking. But the girls have to learn a completely new stand battles. Like it's Christiana and Michaela leading it. Oh well, actually just Christiana this time leading the stand battles, and it's completely new. And so they get into practice, and the boys still aren't getting it. And one boy who's really not getting it is Trayvon. He has such a big heart, He wants to dance so bad. But he's just not picking up the choreography to the point where Coach D even cuts him from the stands battle. He said in this interview that he wanted to cry. But he'll trying to keep it together. Yeah.
He'll make it. It's next week. Next week he'll be leading it.
Exactly. But so
I'll save it for predictions.
So he wanted to cry, and I was like, "Oh, I feel bad for you, sir. Like, you just want to dance.
He's cute.
But if you're not picking up the choreography, Coach D had to do what she does, coach. So, but one thing she was trying to coach was this new trick called the override, where you pick up the girls do like a front flip, and then you hold their ankles and put them on the floor into like a handstand type of thing, and the girls were just not nailing it. It looked dangerous, really.
I've tried to do it. It's really hard.
Is it?
Well, because it's hard for the person who's pulling the other person over their back, because you have to carry the weight of a human,
right?
So it's a tough. I dropped my friend on her head.
Oh no!
Sorry, Amber.
Oh no. Well, that's what it looked like on tonight's episode too. They were dropping the girls. Poor girls. But they tried. So while they're in practice the next day, it's one day before competition, and Coach D is walking around here mad or disappointed Renisha says that she sees her earlier, going to her office, doesn't look too well. All we hear is Coach D is just kind of sniffling and saying, this is so wrong, so wrong. She walks into the studio where the girls are practicing, has everybody sit down, and she says that Micaiah is not coming to practice tonight because she's in the hospital, sick with strep throat. So, that's one thing, and 100-degree fever. And then she drops the ball and says Christiana was put on a plane by her mother, Valisa, to go do an appearance in Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that is they all get these opportunities and they're happy to. I'm sure Miss D is happy that this show has provided these opportunities for them, but as long as it doesn't interfere with their dancing dolls schedule. So I'm sure that was annoying and that was, unprofessional for them to do that.
Right.
But the amount of drama that the episode created around that, I just wasn't buying it.
No. I know. I was kind of sad too, because I'm like, especially Coach D said she talked to Mimi about loyalty and how, you can go and do these appearances, but when it's competition season, you're supposed to stay put. So it's kind of like, why would Valisa just let... I understand, get your bag, but get your bag after competition. Go get your money on the weekend. Don't, especially one day before.
Yeah.
And now we have no captain.
Yeah.
Micaiah's out sick. Christiana's in a whole other state.
Yeah, it had to be a lot of money.
I know. I wonder if you guys out there, if you guys know what event she went to, or how much she might have been paid, drop that in the comments, because we want to know. But I just felt so bad for the girls. All the girls were crying, and I was like, okay, so now what? So now Coach D asked, well, does anybody still want to compete? If you want to compete, raise your hand. 5 people out of 20. Would you still want to compete if your captains were on?
Yeah, I'd compete.
Yeah, because you did work so hard. It's one day before competition. Why forfeit?
Yeah.
And the dolls never forfeited.
You can... These competitions are sort of, skewed in the dolls' favor. So I think that they can bring it.
Right. Yeah, well, they were trying to. They definitely were. So they decide they still want to dance. The dolls, the boys, everybody still wants to dance, but break it up into different groups, which look confusing to me, to have different groups kind of lead as the leader or the captain.
Yeah.
But somehow they made it work. Micaiah ended up showing up to practice, which I thought was very sweet.
Yeah.
Still had a hospital band, you know what I mean? And she was like, I still want to go.
Poor
I
kid.
can't dance, but
Yeah.
I thought that was sure
Yeah.
an
That's
A+.
leadership.
Yeah. Yep, sure was. And so here we go on to competition day. It's only stand battles. First round is the dolls versus Deja Vu. And those girls were actually really bringing it.
Yeah.
Deja Vu, it's a new team we haven't seen before, haven't competed against them before, and they really brought it.
I look like I'm rooting for them because they're the purple
Oh, yeah.
purple prancerettes.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a whole lot. Deja Vu, purple dancerettes, and I'm like, girl. But okay. And then we see that it's Canary and another girl.
Shakira.
Oh, Shakira. They lead the dolls for the first time ever, and they actually kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, the dolls, they did show how they were off maybe 1 or 2 steps, but they were still getting it.
Yeah.
They did a great job. Deja Vu did good. I put, they gave them a good run for their money, but the dolls ended up knocking it out on the first round. So then they moved to the championship round with the Tigerettes, who we just love a good little show off stance battle.
Now, this was confusing too because they kept referencing Battle Royale when Quincy won, and that was from 2 years ago. We didn't have a Battle Royale last year. So
Oh, you're right, Tamra.
So we haven't, again, this timeline is confusing. I guess, again, because these episodes were filmed a year ago, what they were referring to was the last Battle Royale. But at this point in time, that was 2 years ago. So it's pretty confusing.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely right. it's just all over the place. And then my whole thing is, so the Tigerettes and the Dolls, they face off for the championship round. Why didn't we just have Cameron lead the whole time? Yeah. Like she said, you still have some of your vets on the team, so most of those girls should still know those stands that you throw.
For sure.
Why didn't Cameron just lead?
Because I was wondering if this episode was pieced together from different points when Cameron was already had already started school, and maybe she came back to film some like pickup shots, but wasn't actually. I don't know. I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah. So I'm like, she's a former captain. She should still know, and I'm pretty sure she still danced with these same girls. They should know some of the old stands. If
they're that devastated, it doesn't make sense that Cameron wouldn't just, It's things like that where the show these kind of plot lines and stuff are getting a little confusing because it seems so obvious, you know?
I mean, I guess they wanted to give the other two girls a chance.
At least call it out. At least acknowledge, like, oh, Cameron's not going to lead the stand because XYZ, At least call it out.
Yeah. But, I mean, the girls, they still do great. Tigerettes still bring it, of course. And then it turns out that both of the teams brought it because the judges, which are completely new judges, which I love. I always love a whole new set of eyes.
I was thinking that during the episode. I was like, oh, Howard's going to love this.
I always love when it's different judges, new set of eyes. They couldn't decide on who was going to take first place, so they decided to do a tie, which I was like, wow, okay, here we go. But so it had to be a captain's battle. Well, both captains are out, so Cameron walked into the captain's battle, which she should have. So I didn't understand why she didn't lead the stands battle if she was going to do this as the captain's battle.
Yeah.
Diana, can you call us? Can y'all tag Diana on her social media and tag us too? Be like, call them at AfterBuzz TV because we have questions.
We have some clarification here.
So Cameron stepped into the captain spot. Killing it, of course. The other girl, Tigerette's Tootsie, guess it's a whole thing where they were supposed to be drawing it out. It's a whole rivalry. Tootsie gave her a good fight, but in the end, Cameron ended up taking first place. So look at you. But then Quincy said, after he lost, Quincy said he doesn't need a trophy or a title to know that he can still kick their butt. After you lost, Quincy.
By the way, I loved the guy, Jamal, that was dancing. And Miss D calls him Big Booty Judy. But he was great. He was so good.
He was really good.
He was on the Prancing Tigerettes team.
Oh, yeah. And he was assistant captain. Or assistant coach.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah. So look at him. I almost forgot about him. He was out there shaking it.
Yeah.
I said, you go ahead, boy. You let them know. This is your team. You taught them what they know. You shake it. So you do your thing. But was there anything else that stood out in this episode? It had its fair share of drama and emotion, so I liked it. I liked it better than the first episode.
Yeah. And just a reminder that Princess was on she was on Quincy's team a couple seasons ago.
Right.
Now she's a doll.
And Princess has led in Stan's battle before, right?
Yeah, she has. So it's totally.
So why?
Yeah, this whole storyline was just.
I guess they really just wanted to give the other girls a chance.
I feel like they're piecing for whatever reason to pull these extra episodes into air dates. They're piecing together previous footage into something new, and so I think the producers are having to really like work with what they got to come up with. So I think that's why it's such a wonky storyline for the epistiana.
Just give us a completely new season, like new footage.
Well, because think about it. So right now, Christiana and Micaiah are seniors, but since this is what's airing now, are they even going to have a season where they're seniors? It's their senior, it's their senior year.
Oh, true.
Yeah, if the show continues into season 6, so I don't know.
I know. Give us something. Like, just give us all new seasons. Don't do this season A, season B, split us up. Don't let us know you're splitting us up. Like, I want to keep up with the girls, but the timeline, and then now we look crazy because we were like, oh, they still in 8th grade. And everybody in the comments, they're in 12th grade. What? Well, how was I supposed to know? Lifetime. So, give me a completely new season. Yeah. I want new, updated footage.
Thank you. There you go. Say it, Howard.
Oh, man. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Now, so speaking of some new and some old, but let's throw it back here with what we have. I think her name was Sunjay in the student spotlight. So Sunjay is in college. You know, Sunjay is the sister to Star and Sky. And she's up there killing it in college. She was on the Dean's List.
All right.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Dean's List for the fall of 2018. So Sunjay's doing great. She even posted about this up and coming season on her social media. She said she can't wait to see her sisters, who they may be coming into they might be seniors. Sorry. The sisters, Star and Sky, they should be going into their senior year as well.
Yeah.
So look at you guys. And then another post we have is Team Michaela. She's doing her own classes like some of the girls do.
Oh, great.
She's teaching a class. So if you guys have $75, it should be at the end of, I believe, February. But if you want to learn how to dance like a doll, this is your chance.
All right.
This was the opportunity that Coach D is giving everybody. Each girl has their own class, and now Michaela's doing hers. So kudos to you, girl.
Good for them.
Mm-hmm. And then from the first episode 14, we have a video from behind the scenes where you can hear the music, see how the girls looked, see how the boys did. We have a small clip, so take a look and listen. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So as you guys can see, the music is completely different from what we hear on TV.
Yeah.
Just because they can't, get the copyrights from it.
Licensing, yeah.
But yeah, so they would dance to Aaliyah. Looked in sync there. Looked great.
That was a great dance.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It looks so much better when you see it with the real music.
Right. And you see them just dancing on beat, and it's just like, wow. It's powerful. I love it. I need to. Oh, and then speaking of needing to see them, they're going back on tour. Bring It Live is coming back on tour this year, 2019. They usually do it around the summer when all the girls are out of school. So I think they're going to be on the East Coast. I got to look up the dates for you guys. But mainly their biggest market is the East Coast and the South. So if you guys want to see them, make sure you look up the Bring It Live tour.
Howard and I did. We saw them when they came to LA.
I still have my ticket.
It was like church.
I know.
Yeah. Well, because Miss D is so, we see her pray every episode and stuff like that. But that part of the show, I loved that.
Yes. Loved it. Yeah, so if you guys want to go see the girls, make sure you get your tickets.
Oh, and also, Miss D has an ebook out called "Standing in the Shade."
Rip? Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
What? Standing in the shade?
Standing in the Shade. That's her. It's an ebook, or you can download the audiobook.
I wonder what it's about. Okay, Coach D. Standing in the shade. I need to do a live read on that just alone. I'm hooked by the title. All right, girl. Send us a copy right here at AfterBuzz so we can stand in the shade with you. Now, before we get out of here, let's get into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So, they didn't really give us a sneak peek of what's to come in the rest of the season.
Because I don't think they know. I didn't mean to.
Tamra!
Because we don't. I think it's being written like right now as we speak.
Oh, Tamra, that took me out.
I've never seen you lose it like that.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Well, maybe we can help them out. They're probably watching. Listen, this is what y'all need to do. What I predict is completely new content. I need to see a whole new batch of episodes. So I'm predicting that we get a little bit more into the twin sister, Quan and
Trey.
I want to see a little bit more of Ranisha. I think she's very raw, very good for TV. I believe she's got to really bump heads with the DDPs. So I'm interested to see that. I want to see the graduation, so hopefully we'll be able to see the girls walk across the stage, get that working like really quickly. Cameron, Faye, I need to see all that. I need to see Faye if she's going to go into music, if she's going to go into acting. And I just predict Coach D still just laying down the law. She's got to get into it probably with Selena again, and it's going to be a crazy overheated argument. This one, even though Selena is going through her health issues, I still don't think Coach D will care. She'll still give her the business.
Yeah, you're right.
What about you?
If we know her. I want to see more Jaylene. Jaylene, if you follow her on Instagram, she posts these amazing... That girl has so many skills and so many tricks, and she's just such a skilled dancer. If we could really see more of Jaylene, I would love that. I know Majorette probably isn't her forte. She's trained in like lyrical and hip hop and all these other areas too, but like just use that skill, bring her into the front a little bit more. So I would like to see more of Jaylene, and yeah, I just want a whole refresh on the DDPs.
Yes.
Just old heads out, Renisha and Tanisha and all the new ones. Let's just focus on them.
I'm interested in that too. Let us know in the comments down below on our YouTube page what you guys want to see. Do you guys want to see new moms, new dolls being featured? I mean, let me know. And of course, on our iTunes, give us those 5 stars that we just love so much. And we are on Spotify, so make sure you guys leave comments on there so we can shout you out next week. I am one of your hosts here, Howard III. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Howard III. And then I also do the after show for Growing Up Hip Hop LA on Thursdays as well before this show. So make sure you guys tune into that at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tamra, where can we follow you?
You can find me on my website, tamrabrown.com, or just look me up on YouTube at Hey Tamra.
Alrighty. And we will see you guys next Thursday. Thanks for staying up. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.